Okay, this is homework page 33, 5 through 8, worksheets 5 through 8. It's day 2 of 8.4. It says, write and solve an algebraic inequality for each problem. In a science competition, students have scored more than 40 points in order to move on to the next round. Write an inequality to represent this situation. Use a number line to represent the inequality. So we want to do more than 40 or a number greater than 40, and then your number line would be open circle greater than 40. What is the least number of points a student needs to score in order to move to the next round? Only whole numbers of points are awarded to students. So you can't have like 40.5, so it has to be 41 there. A stadium has a seating capacity of 65,000 spectators. What is the maximum number of spectators the stadium can hold? 65,000. Write an inequality to represent this situation, then use a number line to represent the inequality. So it's all the numbers less than or equal to 65,000, because you could have 65,000 people in it. Then you do your number line, and it would be a closed circle because we're including 65,000 in it. Write and solve an algebraic equation or inequality for each problem. Show your work. A bicycle store sells 4/7 of the mountain bikes in the store. Then only 24 mountain bikes are left. How many mountain bikes were there originally? Well, if you got rid of 4/7, that means that you originally started, or that you have 3/7 left. Then you multiply that by 24. So 3/7 times x equals 24. You would then multiply by 7/3 because it would be dividing by 3/7. Okay, so you would write down 7/3 times 24, and you end up with 56 mountain bikes. Again, hopefully you guys are listening to this and not just trying to get through by writing down answers, because I'm going to be checking these for work. Same thing here. Mabel has a total of 24 decorative beads. Some are black and some are white. The ratio of the number of black beads to the number of white beads is 7:2. How many more black beads than white beads are there? Again, it says the ratio of the number of black beads to the number of white beads is 7:2. That means we have 9 total parts overall. So 9 times a number is 54. Now, from there, we know that each one of them is worth 6. But you got to figure out from there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys this using our model. Okay, so what I did was I made the ratio table models that you guys have been using, 7 of them to 2. Then I look at that and I say, okay, well, we know that all of it equals 54. So 54 divided by 9, because there's 9 total, means that each one of these parts is worth 6. So I get 42 black beads and I get 12 white beads. But then it says how many more black beads than white beads are there. So 42 minus 12 is 30. Next, a box can hold a maximum of 60 comic books. If the comic books are bundled together in groups of 8, write and solve an inequality to find the maximum number of bundles that the box can carry. So it would be 8 times the number of comics has to be less than or equal to 60. So we would divide both by 8, and you get 7.5, which you can only really hold 7 total bundles. Again, you guys are going to have to show your work on this one, which would mean you would divide both sides by 8. When a number is tripled and 8 is subtracted from the result, the answer is 16. So we are taking the number, which is y, we're tripling it, then we're taking away 8. You're then going to have to figure that out, but I would add 8 to both sides, so I get 24. 3y equals 24, so I would divide by 3, and you get your answer of 8. The difference of 2 numbers is 117. The greater number is 4 times the other number. What is the smaller number? So we have 4 times, we know that the whole thing's going to be equal to 117. The greater number is 4 times the other number. So 4 times k minus k is going to give us 117. What is the smaller of the numbers? Well, you take the 3k's and you take 117 divided by 3, you get 39. So k is equal to 39. Now, if it said what is the larger number, you would have to take 39 times 4, which is 160 minus 4, so 154, I believe, to get your answer. Jason's age is 3 times Shauna's age. In 4 years' time, the sum of their ages will be 56 years. Find their present ages. This one was tough. Says, in 4 years' time, Shauna will be D plus 4. Okay, that makes sense. And Jason will be 3D plus 4 because he's 3 times her age plus another 4. Then you would have to take these and combine them together. So 3D plus D is 4D, plus another 4 is 8. So you get 4D plus 8 equals 56. You would then subtract 8 from both sides and you get 48. 4D equals 48, so you would divide by 4 and you get 12 for Shauna. Then you would go back and say Jason is 3 times 12, which is 36. I don't know what I did there. You would take Jason, which would be 3 times 12, which is 36. And then I would probably add 4 more onto it. No, I wouldn't, because it's the present age. So Jason's 36, Shauna is 12. That's it. That one was really tough. If you guys got that one on your own, congrats. Pat yourselves on the back. Hope this helps. Have a good one. Bye.